Hey. You know what time it is.
It's time for the Heart to Heart Journey to Unconditional Love podcast.
That's right. And I am your host, Relay Bloomer. That is my co-host, Harlem Brown. And Harlem Brown, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's
Hey,
up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's
what it
up?
do? What it do? What it do? How you doing?
Yeah. Another week, right? Another
Yes,
week. Another week.
excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I see you got your red on,
See what I'm doing, right? You
So
see the
I know
coordination.
you had talked about this in your PSA buying shirts. Here's the polo, long sleeve polo.
Oh
Just
yeah, yes. Come on now. We need to go ahead and get these shirts for the holiday season. Supporting
yes,
college
and
students.
again, they go to a good cause. It doesn't go in our pockets. The 100% of the proceeds
Exactly.
goes to our MEW scholarships, in which this year we've given over $20,000. I want to reach 30. I want to reach 40. I want to reach $50,000
Sky's
in
the
the
limit.
competition. Yeah, and it's so good. It's so glad to see these kids and to pour into them, um, and just just support them and give them that what they need for that. So
Absolutely.
without again, shameless plug, but it's for a good cause. So again, you want to see the books, we'll show you the books. 100% of that money goes to the students, and at one point we'll bring them on. I just didn't want, for safety reasons, to bring them on, but there's a lot of schools that's represented. We got Howard, we got Spelman, we got Virginia State University, we
Yeah.
got Charleston University. I think is one of the schools in Charleston. Who else got another one? I can't think of the other one, but I think that's the majority of them. Um,
But I think it's also like it's the holiday season. And I think the shirts look good because if I do say so myself, we look good in these shirts. Like,
you look good. I
no,
defer that to
we look good in these shirts. So I feel like you need to have, and I'm telling you, when I go to the supermarket, wherever I'm at, people are like, "Oh, what's that heart to heart?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you need to get a shirt because I think it's very important." I was one of those college students who look forward to some
I was
mail
definitely
and
one.
had a $20 bill in it, and I'm ecstatic, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
all know what it's like when you're in college, you're doing your
yeah,
thing, you're on your own. What bigger delight is it to get a few dollars in your mailbox to be able to, I
yeah.
mean, when I was growing up, we were splitting perms and
You're doing
splitting
the things that
gel and
right,
like,
right.
so what is
Oh,
it? What is it that I can get my own perm, my whole perm?
the whole college experience is so different with the Zelle and all the
Right,
Venmo and
right,
this and that.
right.
So we'll get into that. But we're gonna get straight into this. We're gonna go to our heart to heart conversation, just talking three. We've
Right.
had, it's not really a series, but we've been just talking about stuff that we just normally talk about, how we get our ideas for podcasts and what we want to talk about. And a lot of times it's just we just have a conversation and we throw stuff out over the week. We talk to people talk to us, and they give us ideas. But together, sometimes Harlan Brown and I just talk about how we're going to move forward, and we'll just have a conversation. We like, oh, wait a minute, don't say no more. Save that for the podcast. And I know she gets
Yeah.
tired of me saying that, but really, it's just some really good stuff that we're saying in there that we want to put for the podcast. So today we're going to talk about the what I should. What is that? You said I should know. No, we did that one already.
No, what I won't do.
What I won't do.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
what I
doing
won't
that.
do.
I'm not. I
That
won't
to
do that.
me is the dumbest thing that you can say outside it being morally. Because I'm not doing something that's immoral. I'm
Right.
not doing anything that's going to jeopardize my life. I'm not doing anything that's going to jeopardize, just bring harm to me or in that way. But in relationships, we get so caught up, especially when we get a little older, about what we're not going to do in relationships, that we forget
Mhm.
to tell people what we are going to do in relationships.
Right.
And then I don't mind meeting people where they are. I had somebody tell me, well, I ain't doing this no more because we ain't that and that ain't that. And I'm like, well, can you give me grace to change my pattern from text? It was a phone call. Like, I'd rather talk than text. I don't mind you doing that, but like for 10 years, I've been texting because that's what people like to do. You don't like that. Let me get into the habit to start calling you and I can help that situation. But don't don't get mad at me because I text you and I forgot to call you one or two times, and it's like that's the end all be all. Don't worry, don't contact me no more. Like I don't want that to be the case. Um, give people time to change their patterns and the grace and mercy, but also give people what you will do. Because first of all, because you listen, Arlen Brown, and I'll let you talk after this. We get so caught up in that. The reason why we say don't talk about what you won't do or not going to do is because that's negative. Think about that. I'm not going to. No, I won't. Those are all negative words, and we try to. We know we don't try. We are positive on this podcast, and I know we joking a lot about that all the time. But words. Let's talk about what we will do. Let's talk about I will give you grace to change the pattern habit of calling me instead of texting me now. I will change the fact of the matter that, yeah, I didn't like going to this particular restaurant because my other person took me there or you took somebody else there. But I will go out to a restaurant and we can choose a restaurant that is better for both of us. Instead of what you like, I want to go to Ruth Chris. I ain't going there because I had a bad experience and I ain't but I've never been there with you. You know what I mean? Think about that. So I'm gonna give you the floor because I can talk about this all day, Harlan Brown. I know, right?
Stop. Okay, let me say this. If you're in a relationship with somebody, and this goes with comparison and all of the other stuff. Like this is not our first rodeo. This is not the first person we've ever been in a relationship. We have to think about all of those things, and we keep those in the back of our heads, right? That's where we're all the won'ts, and I'm not, and I can't, and don't even try it because I'm not. I fell for that. But look, please, if you're going to do anything, if you're going to make this the relationship that you want, please understand that this is a whole different person, right? This is not the person that you had before. This is not the person who has to pay for the mistakes of the person from before. If you never gave that person the opportunity,
and I don't even mean to put a plug out there, but Previous Cats by Music. Listen to that. That's a really good song.
Every single time. I'm serious because we do it, and whether we do it consciously or unconsciously, it's unfair to the person because you're putting that person in a position where they are now unsure because they don't want to trigger anything from your past, right? That is not acceptable. That is not acceptable. You can't do that because you're putting somebody in a bad position. And
I mean,
how am I going to be free enough?
Wait a minute. You said they can't do it. They can do it, but let's see where it gets them.
It doesn't get you anywhere because if you are striving for that relationship, if you're going on that journey for that unconditional love, then you have unconditional means unconditional, just with it what it says. It's not because you do this, I'll do this. It's not because you have I'm used to you responding and you don't respond right away. We are grown. We have responsibilities. Sometimes we have to finish the meeting. We have to go to work. We have to whatever. But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that I don't love you. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to answer you. I just can't get to it right now. And I would just please would appreciate if you gave me a little bit of grace in this. So by the time we do have a conversation, please hold that thought because I really want to talk about it later, but I just can't talk about it right now. There's sometimes that we have to say, you know what? I appreciate the fact that you even responded back to say I can't talk right now, or hey, let me call you back. We have to start appreciating the little things because a lot of times when we get into those I can'ts, I won't, those things come from previous relationships. Those come from past hurts. And those past hurts are not the hurts that I caused or I inflicted. So why am I paying for those? So stop making people pay for past hurts.
Yeah. And again, we started this out by saying the don'ts. Start thinking about what you will do. It's so simple. I
Right.
will give you an opportunity to show who you are. I will
Yes.
give you an opportunity to get to know who you are. I will give you an opportunity to meet you where you are at. That's the biggest thing. You have to meet people where they're at, and you're gonna know. Well, I ain't bending over backwards to do nothing. I ain't. But how are you going to show yourself to someone to be if you're looking at long term, being with a person long term, if you're not going to show them anything, like
Right.
I ain't, because you have to show something. You have to
Because you're
let people
leaving them to
know,
figure it out.
right? And
They
it can't be a
can't
guessing
figure it
game
out because
because
they don't know what's in your head.
you're setting them up for failure because they have to guess every time they like I think they might do this. I think if I take them fishing, I think if we go to an amusement park, it's like and you don't know what to do instead of just having that conversation, talk about what you will do. Because when I hear a list of what I'm not going to do, I walk away. Because I don't. You didn't leave me an option for anything. You didn't
Because
leave.
there are no options. There are no options. And the reason why people walk away, and I'm gonna tell you why I have to go. Because the reason why I have to go is because it doesn't matter if it's me or anybody else, it's whoever fits in that little box that you have, right? This is the
Yeah,
list of things that I don't want. If you can stay in this little box, really, it doesn't matter if it's me and my personality and all that I bring to the table, but it's because you don't care about that. You just care about these things, right?
yeah,
How about you just say, I'm open to get to know you, to understand you, to learn you, to meet, like you said, meet you where you are, and let's grow from here. Let's do something
yeah,
from here. But
yeah,
when we don't have that opportunity to be free to do that because we have to stick to the list of things that
yeah,
shouldn't be done,
yeah.
we don't get to experience the person for who they truly are. And I am such a big believer in allowing people to be who they
But,
are because
but you know
until
what
you're
that?
comfortable in that, I
Yeah,
can't be comfortable with you.
yeah. But do you know what's crazy? The very first time that somebody goes out of what they don't like, it's a wrap. Relax. Relax. A person has to get to know you too. So think about this. This goes both ways. And a lot of times people
Yeah.
don't think that relationships goes both ways. It's like what I'm not doing, what I'm not taking, what I'm not going to tolerate. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm not
Yes.
tolerating this anymore. Okay, we got that. What about the other person? What about what they will not do or won't do, whatever? Because you're not trying, you're meshing together. You're meshing to see if you're compatible. You're meshing to see if that is a person that you can live with the rest of your life. You're meshing to build up something, not tear down something. And that's the
Exactly.
difference. You're tearing down something when you talk about what you won't do, but you're building
Exactly.
stuff up when you say what you will do. And that's the
Absolutely.
positive twist to this heart to heart conversation we have with you. And we're just talking. And we want to build people up, audience. We want to build you up. We want to make sure that you have you're listening to our conversation to let you know, hey, here are some alternative ways that I can approach a relationship. Instead of, we're not telling you that what we do is the end all be all. We've never said that.
No.
We talk about what we talk about. We give you scripture to back it up, and then we have fun with it so that
Right.
you can enjoy a conversation of giving you something that you can actually use.
And
Take
you
what
can have
you
fun
can
with.
and yes, because relationships are fun.
Yes.
Relationships are supposed to be happy. Are supposed to
And
be
joy.
they're supposed to be the number one positive thing in your life, and that's including a
Right.
relationship with God and then a relationship with your significant other, your spouse, your partner, what have you. So just take a step back and take it in and
Right.
understand, deal with your do's and you deal with your don'ts. Because once you see that, you can let somebody know what you want and what you don't tolerate, but it's easier to have the conversation and show them how it manifested with you, where you've come to that a point where I'm not going to do this anymore. Give them
That
some
is all
background.
you have to do,
There you
because
go.
it's just an ounce of understanding that will help somebody
Understanding. Say
say,
that word again.
and
Say that word one more time.
understanding. It's an
What did you
ounce
say?
of
What did you say?
understanding.
Gotta understand.
Understanding.
Yes.
Because listen to this. If this is like, oh, you know what? I won't be with anybody who, I don't know, who, and this is extreme, who won't come home. Won't come
Yeah, that's
home the
what
next
they.
day.
Yeah.
Like that's extreme. But I'm
Well, they already solved the problem because they didn't come
and they
home.
don't want to come home, don't come home. Like you're not getting back in. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like somebody who comes home late, somebody who hangs out a lot, right? I'm not saying that this person is doing anything. I'm not like, the thing is, this person may have other responsibilities, or they're helping with something or doing something. It could be a work
Yeah.
issue, it could be a side
Yeah.
gig, or it could be
Yeah.
whatever, right? But you're taking it as something that you remembered from your past. Like I said, we're not in our first rodeos, right? These are things we are projecting our past hurts on the person that we're with now, and that's horrible.
Yeah.
We are, so you're projecting, oh wait a minute, because me and so and so broke up because he was doing this, but he was with his girlfriend from the job, his work wife, right?
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
supposed to just sit here
Yeah.
and wait till he
You
come home
you
after he
bring
does
all
this.
other stuff in there that don't have to be in there.
Right. And so now you're making up a story, you're getting all of this stuff together, right? And now you're attacking when the person comes through the door instead of being loving when the person comes through the door. How
Yeah.
about for once, and for just one time, be vulnerable? How about that? That helps me to understand, oh, I see why you get a little upset when,
Right.
I'm out late and I don't communicate that I'm not coming in on, like, I'm usually here at 6, but now I'm coming in at 9:10.
Right.
I'm really
Right.
not communicating it all the time. I just pop up when I pop up. And no, it is not fair to you, right?
Yeah.
You maybe, you can even do it as, I just want to be sure, like, want to have your dinner ready. I want to have this ready, and I'm not sure
Yeah.
when you walk through the
Yeah.
door.
There's
We
always
need
a
to
story to the
communicate a little
story.
bit more.
Yeah.
Don't always assume that it's
Yeah.
something that happened to you in the past that's making this
Yeah.
person not be there. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying when I say communicate and have a little bit of understanding, be vulnerable enough to say, I
Yeah.
was hurt before because, and this is why I react the way I react when this
Yeah.
happens. Not saying that you're doing this, but I'm just telling you, like, this is why I react the way that I react. And it
Yeah.
really
Hold that
helps
thought.
me.
Hold that
Mhm.
thought. So for me, receiving that message, you're like, well, I ain't that person. I don't even know why you brought it up like that.
But see, that's what I'm
Relax.
saying. It's out of love that I'm telling
Yes.
you this, because
Relax.
I don't want to
Receive it
feel like I
well.
felt
It's
before.
not an attack on you. They're just letting
No.
you know this is what it is. You don't have to get defensive to say, well, that ain't me. And I don't even know why you even telling me this, because I don't do that. I don't even know why I even showed you where I did that. That's how arguments start. You don't have to be that way. Always go from a loving perspective. Always go from a positive perspective. Always go from an embracing the change, embracing what that person is bringing to the table perspective, because respect goes a long, 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 long way. When you
Yes.
respect somebody and when somebody respects you, 98% of the battle 98% of the battle. And respect comes before the love. Think about that. You remember we had that. What makes a relationship work? I think love came in number 4 or 5. Came
I
in like
love it
5.
all. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it came
it
in
was.
number 5. But respect was up there in the top 2.
Right.
So that comes before when you actually say, "I love you. I love
Yeah.
you." But if you respect that person, they respect you, that's 98% of the relationship and your journey to unconditional love. So I
And
know our time is almost up.
that's a beautiful thing. That's a
Yeah,
beautiful thing.
yes,
You gotta be able to receive that, because when somebody takes the time, and it's not easy to be vulnerable with anyone, like even the
yeah,
person that you love the most. That's
yes,
the that's a hard thing to do, because they're exposing themselves to you in a way where they need you, where they're trying to get you to understand where things are coming from. And if they're taking that time, and they're being courageous about doing it, don't shut it down with and simplify it as, that ain't me, I don't do that.
yeah, yeah. And let me show this real quick. This is
Hmm.
from before. We
Oh
took a
wow,
survey,
okay.
right? I still have it up. What makes a relationship work? Trust, number one. Two, respect. Three, communication. Four, the connection. And five was love. So you
Yes.
can say you love all you want, but if you don't have those other four in front of that, it could be a tough going there. It could definitely be
It
a
can be
tough,
very
it
frustrating.
can
It
be
can be
very
very,
frustrating. Yes,
and it definitely gets to the point where you're trying to get all of those things to balance, and you can't get them to balance because one of them is off. Your
but you're not going
communication
to give
is
them a
off.
balance because you're trying to give them a balance, and trying will keep you in the same place.
Same
So
place. Right, 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 right.
when you want those and you put those in balance and into play, then you'll get the results that you're looking for.
That's
That's
very
the key that we have here. And that's why we had to have that conversation. That's why in the podcast every time about the trying, because don't try to do anything.
just
Just
do.
do it. You know,
Just do.
and I'm not promoting Nike, but just do it. Do
Just do.
it.
Because
Just
yeah,
do it. Because let's do
yeah, you want that outcome. You want that joy, you want that peace, you want that love, you want
Yep.
that euphoria of goodness. So you want
Yes.
to have that. I don't think that anybody would not want to have that, but it costs to get there. It
It
costs you
does.
something. It costs
It
vulnerability,
does
it costs
cost.
trust, it costs you to lay it down and put down all
Yes.
the past and let that
Yes.
go, because this
Yes.
is a whole new person, and this new person is bringing different things, and it's not the same. So
Yep.
remember that in all of the I won'ts, because you would be surprised at how many people said they will never, and then they marry who they would never.
Right. That's the thing. You know, look, we're gonna end on that note. I know we done good went over our time, but you know we gotta go. But we're gonna continue this heart to heart conversation about just talking because it's been great. I think this is the third one, so we're gonna
Yeah,
go. We're gonna keep this up because there's so many things that we just want to talk about, and have so that you can use that as ammunition, use that as a springboard to continue to your journey to unconditional love. So, as I end on my podcast, trying to do something will keep you in the same place, but when you actually do something, your place has no limitations. I am your host, Delay Bloomer. That is my co-host, Harlan Brown, and we'll see you next week. Yeah, yeah, yeah.